Hey, health heroes. I'm Sammy Shoebox Moses.
And I'm Ray Irelan. We're the founders of Evolve Podcasting, the top podcast production agency for health and wellness experts and entrepreneurs.
And welcome to the Healthy Profits Podcast, your go-to for turning health chats into cash flow.
We started this journey to boost our clients' success and soon discovered a common hurdle every health podcaster faces, the challenge of podcast monetization.
Yep, but don't sweat it. We're here to help you with the insider tips, strategies, and stories to power up podcast.
This is the show with all the answers you need to elevate your health and wellness show to new heights.
So let's dive in and transform your passion into profit right here on the Healthy Profits Podcast. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Healthy Profits Podcast. I'm your host, Sammy Shoebox Moses, and with me, so happy to be here with you,
is Ray Irelan.
I didn't know what to say.
The other host
the
of
other
the
host,
show.
the co-host and the brains behind this operation. I literally didn't know what to say. I was like, oh, babe, I'm so happy that you're here. Okay, so here's what's happening right now.
But wait. Before we get into it, can we just talk about your jacket? And the steez that you have brought.
It's my London jacket. I'm feeling good. Actually, is it my London jacket?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
She does.
Guys,
and, you have to feel...
I'm feeling into it. Okay, guys, into the show, though. Let's go. So I'm excited to bring you guys into this show and to introduce this show to you because it is something that so many of our audience members and our clients would have loved to have had when they were starting. So kick us off here, Ray.
Yeah, so what we're going to be doing in this whole season of the Healthy Profits Podcast is going to be taking you guys on a journey, a step-by-step process that is our roadmap for podcast monetization for health and wellness entrepreneurs. So it's really exciting because this is what we share with our clients, and we wanted to just bring it to the public and see what can happen from this place as well. Basically, what we're going to do in this episode is give you a rundown around the purpose and the goals of this mini series and the episodes that are going to be coming up. And we just are so excited because we know that when you guys have your hands on some of the information and the strategies and the tools and the tips that we've been tirelessly studying for years around podcasting and also around business, we know that once this information is in your hands, it's literally just up to you to take it, run with it, and grow your business, grow your mission, grow your impact, and grow your finances via the vehicle of podcasting. So that's what we're really excired to do.
Awesome.
So this will be the breakdown.
The breakdown is the first thing we're going to be covering. First thing we're going to be covering is understanding your niche. And your niche is super, super important. It's actually where we start with all of our clients because people start so broad, and we're going to get into this in the next episode because people start so broad. And what we need to do is make sure that you understand how to address this problem of being able to talk to a very specific audience. Because once you do that, it will open up so many more doors for you to market better, for you to really serve an audience. And just focusing on one very particular avatar is something that we have found to be so successful. And I can't wait to share more about that.
Mm-hmm. And to take it, the next step would be also then how are you going to be speaking to that very specific avatar? And so we're going to be talking about how to create content that really speaks directly to them, that really resonates with them in a way that engages them so deeply that they're actually moved to make changes in their life, which I know is the reason why you guys have a podcast in the first place. Anyways, a lot of you aren't doing it to grow your business. You're doing it to help people get healthy. And so we're going to give you some content creation strategies around how to do that. And it's going to be strategies around planning, producing, and scheduling engaging and valuable content.
And what's great about you teaching that and helping us is you're so organized with content creation. So I can't wait for you to tell them how you've done that, how you've scaled that, not with just our company, but I've watched you do it with me as a client prior to being your love. Mm-hmm. I was also a client, and you really helped me see the power of your organizational skills and inside our company. So I'm excited for you to teach on that.
Thank you.
And then,
And I have to say a big part of that is because I'm also a mom, and we don't have time to sit on Instagram or listen to every single podcast out there. We really have to get organized so that way we can make the most with what we create. So we'll be sharing those strategies.
Awesome. And then as you can create content, obviously the next step would be how to monetize and what the models are that work effectively that we've seen with JJ, that we've seen with Vision, that we've seen with Dr. Anna Kabeka and Cynthia Thurlow. And gosh, I could name 20 or 30 other amazing health practitioners that we've worked with and that we've seen massive success with. So we're going to share what we've learned from them and also the places that we'd love to show you to build those types of either a funnel or product or book. What we've found has been the most effective way to make effective monetization products or products that monetize.
And it's like the monetization piece is so important, and that's just going to come from really strong marketing and promotional tactics. I've definitely heard that one of the areas of worry or question around, is this going to actually work, comes down to the marketing. And so we've been studying marketing full on for so many years between Sammy and I, and we also have an incredible team that is just absolutely rocking it. So we have some incredible marketing strategies we'll be sharing to be able to reach a wider audience. I know we were talking about that one avatar, but let's be real. When you're creating a podcast, you want to reach a wide audience. And so we'll talk about the nuancing of those two different marketing elements and strategies. And of course, share leveraging social media, collaborations, and guest appearances for promotion. So that's a really fun place to also look at, because when you're looking at guest appearances, you can also be the guest, and there's a way to really connect with some of the people that you have been looking up to and following and loving, and to actually connect with them on a human-to-human level. It's pretty incredible, this platform of podcasting.
Totally. And then to bookend that, obviously, we'll be talking about building that community as important as that is.
So important.
Marketing is great, but one thing you need to learn that we found is a ravenous community.
That's true.
And that is where those two things really come together. And so we'll be covering building an engaging community and audience so that they're actually connected to you outside of the podcast, which is where the real power comes from.
It's so true. And that's where you feel it too. Like you get that deep drive to make a change, create your mission. It's awesome. And one of the things that, Sammy, you've helped me a lot with is the technology piece and the different tools that we can use that are out there. I had my own podcast for about 4 years before we started working together. And I was definitely taking like the most simple route, which is totally fine. And if you're just starting out, just getting a podcast out there is a huge feat in itself. So I commend you. But I think our listeners are probably wanting that next level of production. And you are definitely the guy to talk to for that. So you'll be sharing some tools around how to leverage technology, and not only just on the production side, but also using AI. You've been going all around the world speaking on AI, speaking at masterminds, events, and all this stuff. And so you've created this really incredible brain for seeing how AI can link in with podcasting and business. So you'll be sharing about that, and then everything from recording equipment to editing software to distribution platforms. There's just so much in podcasting. And I think the thing that you helped me the most with is just simplifying it and being like, okay, let me strip it down. This is exactly what you need to have the highest level of production, but without having to get into a full-on production studio. I know you'll have tips for that. And then I think you'll also probably have some tips around analytics and feedback tools and tracking. That's something we've really grown and stepped up in our own production agency. And we've seen, how are you supposed to change or pivot inside of a podcast strategy unless you are really seeing what's happening inside of the analytics?
Totally. Yeah. So thank you for that. There has been a huge surge of new tools that will help people see what's working in shows, what's not working, and to measure that in a way that will help you streamline your show much better. And so we'll share that, of course.
Yeah, you've seen that in our clients too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The way that you can grow something fast is when you can measure that which needs to be grown. And so what we've noticed is that there's so many different ways now to gauge success that we have to really use a lot of that technology, not just for creating content, but for really engaging your analytics. And then after you find out what's successful, how to use that when you engage with the audience. So long story short, how to make the right content for the right people and get it to people fast. And then that is something that has been amazing because now we get to share a bunch of the success stories. And so one of the episodes here soon will also be sharing the success stories of a lot of our incredible clients that we have. And also not just the success stories, but the things that were challenging for them, the things that definitely didn't work, because we learned so much more almost from the things that were breaking than we do. So we have a lot of great success stories, but we've also learned so much from the things that didn't work. And so the success that we've learned from making mistakes is also what we're really excited to share.
Yeah, and we'll be definitely covering pieces around setting goals and expectations as well, because podcasting is such a long game. And I think people can kind of get defeated pretty quickly. We've seen pod fade, is what we call it, happen quite often. And so we want to give you guys the support in your leadership as well, in terms of how to set those realistic goals for your podcast growth and how to measure that success and adapt the strategies over time. So that way you are on a consistent path towards growth. You're not on a roller coaster ride. You're actually just on a rocket ship towards where you want to go. But before the rocket launches, there's things that need to be put in place. So we'll be helping you guys navigate those different expectations and what that runway looks like to hitting your goals.
Totally. And what's great is from this first episode, this is episode 1 of this incredible mini series. We want to give you guys some giveaways to take with you that'll help you start organizing your thoughts, getting your Dream 100 put together, finding the watering holes that you need to get to so that you can start right now, today, really getting yourself into a position to take your podcast to the next level. And the worksheets that we'll attach in the comments are going to be just that. This is going to show you what you need to do next, how to niche down your audience, and then your Dream 100. And we do this with our clients so that they can really narrow down who they're talking to. We did it with this show. We want to make sure that you guys know exactly who you're talking to, and the worksheets that we're going to put in there are going to really help you. If you haven't done this in a while, we challenge you to go and fill out this customer worksheet that'll show you exactly how you are serving your audience and what you can do to make sure that you are really helping them solve a problem. Because what we want to make sure you guys are doing in every show is helping taking somebody through a transformation. And that's the most powerful thing we can do. Every show that we have in this mini-series is going to take you through a transformation. And that is what's exciting about podcasting, is you can actually just come back to that and go through these episodes again. So make sure you bookmark these in this short mini series, because this is going to literally change the way that you thought you could podcast, and it's going to absolutely up level your ability to monetize your show.
Absolutely. And we're open for any engaging questions that you have. Please send them our way. We'll definitely be opening some Q&A on our podcast as well. And so that way we can create a little bit of this real-time advice and guidance and really make this podcast interactive with our listeners. And we're just really committed to, continuing to grow ourselves in the podcast space and our clients. And we're committed to sharing this information with you guys and seeing how it can help. So we're really excited. Definitely send us any feedback or suggestions on topics or questions that you want addressed in this series, and we'll be listening out for that.
And that's another thing, is you will be able to answer any of our shows right from our site. You can leave a voice note if you'd like. You can leave a comment on Spotify or an Apple, but we are going to show you, if you don't have that actually set up, we're going to actually show them how to do that too. These are all new, amazing tools. Well, they're not even new, but they're tools that are going to be used in a new way for you guys. But thank you so much for joining us on the first show.
Thank you.
Thank you for just putting faith in us to help you grow your podcast. We know that your time is important, so we can't wait to deliver for you guys. And so much love, and we'll see you on the next episode.
See ya.
Now that was a great episode. Thanks for joining us and tuning in to the Healthy Profits Podcast.
Sammy and I are here to help you turn your health podcast into a treasure trove of opportunity for your listeners and your business. So join us twice a week as we unleash our favorite tips and strategies that have helped our clients at Evolve Podcasting turn their show into a thriving part of their business.
And make sure you subscribe and listen in as each episode builds upon each other. And I know that you're a generous leader, so make sure you share this podcast with your fellow wellness entrepreneurs so we can all grow together.
Until next time, stay healthy and keep thriving.
Bye.
Bye.